You know why we came here. We need the pasta, the spicy meatball. We need all of it.
You really learn a lot about a country's history through their food.
This is regular.
I hope just me spending 24 hours in a lot of these places inspire some of y'all.
My crew, hey, short for wave. Hop it, sipping acorn, rich nigga on A1, baby, blacker than acorn, baby, butter pecan, bringing that on my refund, breaking up until I see the sun. Corners in the paddock, get my piece, I'm pushing P. Cop new hammers for my P, we don't want no peace. Got a started cross rap, just a piece. Drop the data, now we planning inside the peas. She not a lesbian for peace, she turned lesbian. Push P, I'm pushing P. On capital P, I write the president, count presidents. Push P's on her knees.
Grazie, mamma mia. I'm just playing. We just touched down in Florence. We're about to go explore. We're about to go and spend 24 hours in Florence, y'all. We came into the room, and I'm sure you guys already saw they had fruit, little chocolates for us. But the fruit, crazy. Like, I don't know if y'all know, I like mangoes. I love mangoes, and I don't know how they got their mangoes like that. I don't know how they got their strawberries like that. It's not even sunny outside. That's the crazy thing. So you would think like, oh, okay, a place that's warmer, I bet like a big climate like that, like a warmer climate would have fruit like that. Now, maybe Florence is warmer in the springtime, summertime, but right now it is not that. It tastes like straight sugar, and not like they put sugar on it, like naturally flavored like that. Like that's how a mango's supposed to taste. But you know why we came here. We need the pasta, the spicy meatball. We need all of it. They said here, basically, I guess 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, every place you go to probably gonna have fresh handmade pasta every single day. There's not a whole lot of gluten and things like that inside of the pasta. So I'm excited for it because y'all know when y'all go get y'all fettuccine, y'all Alfredo, y'all spaghetti, like this is kind of over here. This is where it's at. Also, fun fact, this is where the first hot chocolate was made. And then there's another fun fact. I'm gonna go ask the front desk guy what he mentioned, but for sure he said this is where the first hot chocolate was made. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all know I like hot chocolate. So yeah, I might have to bring me back some hot chocolate for those cold indie night and indie days. You know, y'all might see me in the building. Teammate, y'all might see me in the building with some hot chocolate from Florence. You never know. All right, I was going a million miles an hour because we landed, we came right here, but let's go and head out. Let's go check out Florence, see what it has to offer.
We are in the city of Pistoia. And right now we are currently going on a food tour. We are about to go and grab a lot of food that originated. So this is outside of Florence. This is it was called like a Tuscany food tour, but we're not in Tuscany. So it's like just a little bit outside, but it's crazy because there's so much history in a lot of these other countries and even in these areas. So we were just in Florence and then we took like a 20-minute ride, and then now we're in a whole nother section in a town called Pistoia. But there's so much history in this town called Pistoia that is literally like Assassin's Creed here though. Like this is crazy. But we just went to this crazy chocolate sweet store, and to see how they make the chocolate, the original equipment that they use, it's insane that it's still functioning, but also they stay true to their manufacturing ways. They don't try to go to mass production and just start pumping things out. One thing they mentioned was that they don't use cornstarch and syrups and things like that. All they use are like cocoa bean, fennel, white fennel, just really fresh ingredients. And it could take up to 10 hours to actually create some of these things. So the reason why a lot of people in Italy are not usually very large is because they really walk everywhere. But then they also have little candies like this that help you digest. So if you drink, eat a bunch of chocolate, they help you actually digest the chocolate or the food that you just made. So they know how to use the ingredients and they know what works well with the body and what doesn't. So they're very in tune with themselves. So something I need to take note of. You guys know I always like to be in tune with my body. But we're still going along on this food tour.
Welcome to Pistoia, and welcome to my very, very small workshop. Yes.
Y'all can see the background. I keep saying it's literally Assassin's Creed. Is there a reason? I notice a lot of the buildings, sometimes They have like the little squares or holes like in between.
These are called, I don't know if there's a right translation in English, buche. So they were to insert the beams of wood and to construct or restore.
So right now we're in the shop. Our tour guide is about to get us some like biscotti, the little cookies that, you know, people eat, the sweet cookies. She's also was showing us some focaccia, which is like bread, looks like pizza dough. The biscotti, she said, was originally supposed to be inside sweet wine. So she said it's similar to like a Moscato, but a Moscato is a little bit more sweet than the wine you're supposed to dip this biscotti in. The biscotti is supposed to be dipped inside this other wine, but it's sweet, but it's a little bit more dry than Moscato. But it's a nice small little shop. That seemed to be the theme in Europe. It's nice small shops, family-owned shops for generations and generations, almost like 4 generations, 5+ generations. So it's actually interesting to see how they've kept it in the family. Oh, I'm just looking over there right now because I see like they actually have like a meat section, pause, but like, you know, with proteins. I'm gonna say proteins because I know how y'all can get a protein section. So I'm like, oh, okay, so really a lot of these small shops have a lot of different things: cheese, bread, snacks, proteins. So they're able to get their hands on a lot of different things.
Cigarettes, as they do. It should be a light, you know, like in the idea of the artist. So these men are the contemporary men. It's representing contemporary people, human beings. They are blind. They are blind to the light they bring. They are all together, but they don't touch each other. So they are not aware of the presence of the other person. So we are all similar, but we are all in the middle of people, but isolated today, more than before.
Wow.
So, and we don't see. And this is
Alright, so we are finished the food tour now, you guys. We are heading to a vineyard to have lunch. But one thing I realized, or one thing that going to this food tour taught us, is you can really tell, especially in Europe at least, tell a lot about a country, about an area based on their food. One thing the tour guide mentioned was the people of Florence, Italians, they don't really go to war, they don't really have revolutions. But one thing they would get very upset over and cause, I guess, a ruckus or cause an uproar, or, you know, let it be known, is don't change our food, because our food almost is what makes us. Our food is what are their parents, or their grandparents, all the people that came before them. That's what they grew up on. That's how they made a living, like based on some of that food. So I completely understand why they have such strict regulations on food. And another thing our guy mentioned was, her name was Beatrice. They really like the regulations on their food because it can be a lost art, similar to a lot of the paintings and artwork that you guys saw. It's like when you just cover that stuff up with paint, the stories, the history, it gets lost, and sometimes it could be lost forever. But as long as you can keep the food the same anytime, and you have to eat every day. People eat every day, all day. So as you eat, it's a constant reminder of who came before you, the history, the value of it. But I also will say the food is crazy. One thing we have to do is we have to find some cheese. We have to find some Parmigiano cheese, and we actually have to get some wine, especially with some of these new taxes that are gonna hit, and it's gonna be super expensive to get cheeses and wine from that area. And at the end of the day, normally you'd be able to get it at a good price, she mentioned. So that's not gonna help. You know, these taxes are not gonna help. So we're gonna try and find that. But next, like we said, is a vineyard with some lunch. So this is a jam-packed day. So shout out to Beatrice. Shout out to her for getting us right today. If you guys are ever in the area, you know, like I say, listen, this is really like once in a lifetime. So if you just are thinking about planning your trip, you just starting to save for your trip, put this on your schedule. Put this on your schedule for real, because one, you'll get a great history lesson. She also confirmed that Assassin's Creed 2 is accurate, because that takes place in Florence with Ezio. She actually knew all about it. She said her husband gamed. So I'm about to go home. I'm about to game freak Assassin's Creed 2. I'm about to go and grab that on the game. I've already played it before, but I'm about to replay it again now. Just look look for those key markers and things that she mentioned that were accurate. So that's gonna be nice. I actually might stream that. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to stream Assassin's Creed 2. My favorite one is Assassin's Creed Revelations, but that takes place in Istanbul, like Turkey, somewhere like that. So I'll start with Assassin's Creed 2, just take it, series by series. But like I said, we head into the vineyard. We had some great tasting food, great tasting coffee, but now it's time to get some lunch. Alright, so we are almost at lunch, y'all. As we were actually driving up to lunch, there was a bit of construction going on. There was a lot of rain in Tuscany prior to us getting there. Probably raining for like a week or so. And there was like a landslide that happened. So there was a construction team out there clearing the way and doing a lot of construction. So I had to take a little alternate route, but we are almost there at lunch. But I'm telling you right now, the scenery is amazing. Like the people who live in these towns that are like up in the mountains, it's like something out of a movie for real. Another thing is actually kind of crazy. Like, so it's springtime. Like it literally just became the beginning of spring. And you know how they usually say the weather breaks at the beginning of spring? Literally the day spring broke, or the first day of spring, it was raining. And they said, oh no, yeah, it was first day of spring. Now it's like sunny, nice. So the weather really cooperates out here. Like if it's springtime, first day of spring, the first day of spring, it's going to be spring. Like it's gonna feel like spring. So I was a little bit lighter today with the hoodie. I know you're funny, like, dang, JT, you finally stopped wearing that jacket and stuff like that. But I'm gonna still rock my shades. But all that walking, I'm starving. I'm sure the lunch is gonna be really good. Our driver's doing a great job. I mean, he's really navigating. He's really flipping this thing, twists and turns. So I probably would have been flipped this thing over. Even though my skills is up, but it's just a new area. Y'all know how it is when you're in a new area. You kind of like going slow a little bit. You like, where it's at. But when you know the area, you whipping and you bending it. So like I said, we're almost there. Coming to an end, y'all. Florence has been outstanding. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to go get up tomorrow and run. The chocolate we had today, all of the food we had today. We started off with chocolate. We started off with sweets. So what we ate today, y'all, was actually really good though. What I will say is though, you really learn a lot about a country's history through their food, or at least, people from Florence or Italians, their food is their pride and joy. Things may have changed, things may have altered throughout history and throughout time, but one thing they will not budge on, one thing they will not change, one thing that is them and they are that, is their food. And that's how they showed love, that's how they spread love, that's how they were able to accept things that, I don't want to say that were happening to them, but just events in history. And I'll say, I respect that about them. And one thing about them is you have to gain their trust. Now, whether if it was on some, some racial things or not, whether it's just like, listen, I don't know who you are, you don't look like me, I don't know who you are, but you show respect. You show respect to everybody, but for them, they're like, oh, okay, like, they just weren't sure. They didn't really know kind of who you were, and not like, oh, I'm this person that does this. It's like, no, are you a respectable person? Or are you someone that's rude? Overall, I really enjoyed their country. I really enjoyed where they live. The decor, I will say, is very nice, but at the same time, I can't wait to try other countries to see the difference, because there's a lot of history, and you'll think that some countries are one and the same, or you would think that some countries may be very similar, but actually the history, their dialect, their food, a lot of things are quite different. Now, there are a lot of similarities, but there are quite different. So I will say, definitely be respectful when referring to, people in a certain country or things that they do. For sure, be respectful, because at the end of the day, like I mentioned, that's their pride and joy. I'm stuffed, I will say that. This was the heaviest I've felt since I've been on this whole 24-hour tour, going here, going there. But I will say it's because they eat a lot of pasta, but the pasta is fresh. Also, like I said, they love to eat. So I will say I do feel full. But that was today. The restaurant we went to today, like the portions were like big as heck, like super big. So I'm like, dang, like they were bringing out steaks after steaks, and like Like they were like over an inch thick. I'm like, bro, what? Like what type cows y'all getting? Y'all must have a bunch of cows because you making big portion sizes. It's a quiet night. They actually have like cobblestone streets, very small. I mean, cars are going through as well. And I hope y'all enjoy this experience. The chocolate factory. Actually, with the chocolate factory, the guy did not speak English very well, so we had a translator there. But what I will say is he actually did a really good job of not giving too long of an explanation so that the translator could do her job and translate to her. She was very clear. And I will say that's the first time we've really done that, is kind of had someone side by side and I'm looking at him and I'm nodding my head. It's like, hey, I'm following along with you. And then I'm looking over at the translator and I'm telling her like, yeah, I'm following along with you. There's a lot of history with the chocolate. Florence was the first place that chocolate was invented. Hot chocolate was invented. So I'm very, very happy that we came here. This was a very great experience. It's almost like, dang, you start working to be able to prepare to get back here. Like I said, you know, you delayed gratification. So keep grinding, keep working, keep stacking, and then eventually before you know it, it's gonna be like, man, I've been working for a year, 2 years, whatever it is, and now we're able to come back here again and we're able to go back to our favorite spots, try new spots. So I hope just me spending 24 hours in a lot of these places inspire some of y'all, give hope to some of y'all, but then also if you just aren't in that position right now, like, and that's something you've been wanting to see, that's something you've been wanting to do, I just try to give you guys at least my version of it, because your version will be different if you are able to eventually come here. So I'm just like, I just want to give y'all a piece of, hey, listen, this is my experience here. Maybe you have been here before and your experience was completely different, but like I said, just for the people who have not gone here yet, just want to give you guys a sneak peek. Maybe some of you guys are in the midst of planning and you're like, okay, you know what, I seen, you know, JT, I seen Ayana, I seen them. They had these 3 restaurants they went to, or these 2 shops. So let's put that on our itinerary. So hopefully, like I said, if you are planning, this helps you have a good time. And maybe you don't like none of these restaurants. Maybe you don't like none of them at all. You like JT. You're like, man, the places you went to were trash, bro. Like, what are you talking about? But like I said, this was our experience. But again, I appreciate you guys so much for joining us on this journey. If you made it this far, please give a comment. Let me know what your favorite part was of Florence. Also, please give a huge thumbs up. That always goes a long way. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications button so you never miss another video, because you never know where we're going to be. It's your #1 traveler, Teasy here. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Gotta cut a lot of order, dollars, quarters, wrist, water, reach, water, bitch, on a